life. Our lives are extremely, extremely important to us, and we strive to live the best way that we can, and good people try to do the right thing, and we all try to really live meaningful lives. But I'm here to share with you that there are 5 dangerous ways of living that most people live by without knowing it, without really paying attention, by just going with the flow, going with the secular society that we're part of. And I'm going to share with you a practical tip at the end on how to make sure you're living a life that is not dangerous. And I'm really excited to share these ideas with you to help us refocus, navigate this world successfully, not waste our time in this world, our precious time. Time is the most expensive commodity that we have because, you know, the expression goes, time is money. Don't waste my time. So I hope you will find this video meaningful. We want to take the opportunity now and turn it into forever. Every single moment that we have, to turn it into forever, to put meaning into the moment. You can take nothing in your life, nothing that you're going through, meaning like a nothing experience, right? And turn it into everything. And we need to pray to Hashem in order for us to do whatever I'm created to do the will of Hashem. And for me to do it well, we need to pray to Hashem. It doesn't just come, right? We need to, Hashem our God, Hashem, please help me to do my job well, to do what I'm created to do. Sometimes we do experience pain and trauma, but the pain and trauma in our lives is not supposed to break us. It's not supposed to destroy us. It's supposed to make us become closer to Hashem. And yes, of course, it is very difficult to say this to someone who's experiencing pain and trauma, but you know, that's a different topic altogether. But for us to know that if we're experiencing it, it's only for the good. And good, by good, I mean purpose. For a purpose to bring us closer to Hashem. You know, during the Holocaust, there were Jews that were, obviously the Jews were put in cattle cars and brought into the concentration camps. Now, they didn't know where they were going, but they were squashed into these cattle cars. There was no room to breathe, no room to move, really. But it was found that those people who came from wealthy and established families quickly died in the cattle cars versus those people who were poor and came from, you know, meager means and didn't live as wealthy. They were actually surviving and making it to the concentration camps, more of them than the wealthy ones. And this is teaching us that the people were able to cope and survive because they were just used to coping and surviving. They were used to it. So our muscles we're becoming trained. When we're experiencing difficulties in life, we are getting used to overcoming challenges. We know we don't ask for challenges, but we know we will have challenges. We hope to have trivial challenges, normal, ordinary, right? Stuck in traffic, late for work, the milk spilled, you know, the kid is being kvetchy and annoying. Our kids are talking back to us. These are all trivial challenges. They are not the big ones, right? So we want to also train those muscles and train ourselves not to want more and need more. And I'll explain further. The word I deserve should really not be talked about or thought about. Why? Because we don't really know what we deserve in this world. Hashem is ultimately extremely kind. He's rachamim. He's merciful, right? He is extremely merciful, and we don't really know what we deserve in this world. Hashem forgives us and gives us new chances, hoping we become close to Him. So the word I deserve is very difficult to understand and to use. Like, everybody deserves good health and success. We would think, why isn't it that this family is not successful in making sure all their kids are healthy and married off to the right people, and the other family is? What makes them deserve, right? Sometimes we're just living into these circumstances. We're given these circumstances. And the word I deserve is really hard to process and hard to use. So the suggestion is not to use I deserve. I deserve is usually and exclusively for the next world. We will see what we deserve in the next world. In this world, we are to take what we are given and serve Hashem with it. Rabbi Eliyahu Dessler told us something beautiful about luxury. He stated not to set yourself and your kids to get used to luxury, and don't buy things that they can live without. Don't get used to things that you know you will not continue to give. You will not be able to give in the future or have in the future. So after 120 years, a person will give an accounting for every penny that they spend. And I want to make sure that every penny that I spent, I will give the proper accounting for. We need Hashem's help for that. And when we spend money on things, it's something that we need. Yes, of course we want to splurge. Of course we want to treat ourselves. Of course we want to buy things that make us feel good, that look good in the house, right? But the goal is not to make it your life. The goal is to have a balance. And we need to pray to Hashem to have this type of balance. But the less a person needs, the freer that they are. The advice from Rabbi Eliyahu Dessler is don't overindulge, because you don't know if you will continue to provide it. So don't get the kids used to having a lot. You know, my suggestion also is always like buy one of a bag of chips, have them share, you know, have them always work on the midot. And yes, it's difficult, but we are working on helping our children work on those muscles of needing less and being happy with it, right? The more we have, the happier we'll be. You know, I teach my students and I ask them, you know, what are you going to do in this summer? Or what are you happy about? What do you look forward to? Or what is the most happiest day of your life? And sometimes, you know, I get these answers where it's my birthday. It's those presents that I'm going to get. You know how many presents I'm going to get. And it's as though the more I have, the happier I will be. And that is not true. So we really want to teach our children and ourselves that if I don't need it, I shouldn't have it. Okay. Success. Why is a person successful? If a person is successful, it's for a certain reason. A person is talented and is successful or has wealth because Hashem gave this to them in order to serve Him completely. Hashem wants this person to use this wealth, talent, and success in order to help other people. You know, if we are talented in a certain area, we need to share it, because the talent is not mine. Hashem gave it to me in order for me to help other people. And it's not right to be humble about it. Why? Because it's not mine in the first place, right? It's Hashem gave it to me. So of course I need to be appreciative that I'm the vessel. I should be grateful that Hashem chose me to be the vessel to give and to help with this talent, whether it's money, as another luxury, as another gift from Hashem, right? If you have abundant amount of time and help, this is your gift from Hashem to serve Him and help other people. This is the person's purpose in life. So the more you have in life, the more you have to be. Whether you have more time, you have more talent, you have more money, the more I have, the more I have to produce. Hashem expects this of me. Just like if you have a number of children, you expect better from those kids that you have that are well behaved, or from those students. You will give a harsher punishment to those students who usually are well behaved. Because why? Because you expect more from them. You expect better from them. And you will adjust to the expectations of your kids or your students. Why? Because this is your expectation of them. You know, don't fall beneath who you are. So that's what we want to teach our kids, our students. A person with talent and success needs to pray that they are using the talent well in order to make Hashem happy. A person needs to make Hashem happy with those talents that Hashem gave them. Okay. So we want to use what we have to be a perfect person. It doesn't matter if you have talent or success or time or money. It doesn't matter. We all have something. So we want to be that perfect person. What is a perfect person? A perfect person, according to Torah and Judaism, is a complete person. What makes a person complete? Never to feel remotely superior to anybody else. Not competitive. Not there to hurt other people. Knows that they have what they need. Don't compare yourself to others. That's a complete person. They're happy with what they have. They are not jealous. And they constantly bless people who have more, who can do more, who have more energy and talent. Why? When you are happy for other people who have more talent, who have more money, who have more blessings, automatically their success becomes your success. And you look at them with rosy colored glasses. But when a person is jealous of the other person, automatically their success is not a part of you at all. And you become self-hating as well, because you think to yourself, oh, I'm not like this person. I must be a loser. And Hashem says, you are not a loser. You are a winner as long as you use everything that I give you to serve me. No matter what I give you, whatever circumstances I give you, to use it to the best of your ability, use it to serve me, Hashem says, and that is true success. So a perfect person is really a complete person. The Maharal, a sage, teaches us that there are 3 pieces of advice to become a perfect person. They need to work on 3 relationships. Number 1, relationship with other people. Number 2, relationship with myself. And number 3, relationship with Hashem, Hashem our God. When a person strives to perfect these 3 relationships all their lives, they are living the perfect life, and they are living a purposeful life. It doesn't mean everything is smooth sailing in their life, but they are living a life full of happiness, purpose, and completion. So here we go. These are the 5 ways people live in a dangerous way, unfortunately, and then mistakenly think this is the true purpose of life. Number 1, to have fun. Number 2, to be successful. Number 3, to be thin. Number 4, to be wealthy. And number 5, to be well-traveled. If we think about it, all of us in our own way will naturally think this way. We'll naturally believe that this is what I need to do to be successful, to live the true life, to live a happy life. The more fun I have, the happier I am. But we know this isn't true. We know people who have abundance of luxury of time and money are really not happy people, or they're temporarily happy and they destroy their lives doing things that are just hurtful to themselves, hurtful to other people. They are not a complete person. We know that success is not the purposeful life, meaning a person, if they're not successful, so they're losers, they're wasting their time in life, they didn't take the right steps in life. That's not true, because success depends on Hashem. If Hashem wants me to get that degree and become successful, I will become successful. If Hashem wants me to get that degree and change my degree, that's what's going to happen. Hashem, it all depends on Hashem, on the outcome of my life. It doesn't depend on me. To be wealthy depends on Hashem. Hashem gives me the means in how to serve Him financially, how to do His mitzvot in a financial way. Hashem sets that amount to each and every person. To be wealthy, this is what we're talking about. Not to be financially driven. To be thin, a person is given a certain body type. A person can track everything that they eat, exercise every minute of the day. Is this my purpose? Are my brain cells going to my growth? Because if a person is constantly thinking about the way they look, then how much brain cells am I accounting for? Am I using to grow, to become a better person, to work on my character? To be well-traveled, we like to tell people where we went, how many places we visited, as though this is true success. And it isn't. You could just go on Google Maps and go to any place in the world, right? That's really not success. Success and true purpose of living, it's not how many places you've traveled and you've been to. If you went, great. Go to places, but don't make it your purpose. Don't make it your goal in life. These are not Jewish values, and these are very dangerous ways of living. The purpose of life is to work. The Jewish view is the purpose of life is to work. The purpose of life is to work on these 3 relationships, with myself, with other people, and with Hashem. Being a busy person is better than being bored, than doing nothing. And unfortunately, in our secular society, it's the less you do, the happier you should be, right? You are a couch potato today. You know, there's days you could be a couch potato, right? Sometimes we really need it. But if it's not my everyday goal to do nothing and have money rolling in, and that's the good life. That's the secular view that we are just, you know, swarmed into if we're not thinking, if we're not accounting, if we're not learning. If a person is at a stage of life where all the kids are out of the house and they have more time, they have, you know, more discretionary time, and they don't know how to be helpful, right? Find ways to be helpful. Find people to help. You can always volunteer, pray for people, drive those around, tutor, help an organization, you know, visit the sick, visit the elderly. There's so many things we can do. You know, a busy person is a happy person. Find people who need help. This will give a person direction. This will give a person purpose. The secular world teaches us that a person should do less, and the less that a person that you have to do, the more you will do what you enjoy. If you do less of what you have to do, then you'll do other things that you enjoy and live a purposeful life. One of my favorite quotes is Robert Burns, and it says, "The purpose of life is a life of purpose." In other words, I am truly living a full life of purpose when I'm giving of myself, when I'm giving myself to others. How happy you are when you're helpful to others, when you give someone good advice, when you lift other people up. Why? Because you gave something of yourself. Giving comes in many shapes and many forms. So what is a person born to do? A person is born to perfect these three relationships, to do inner work on myself, to perfect those relationships with others, with myself, and with Hashem. Every situation that we experience is giving us an opportunity to work on one of these three relationships, right? Whether you're in traffic and you're not leaning on your horn, right? Because the other person isn't fast enough. I'm working on my relationship with the other person. I'm forgiving. I'm patient. And that makes you happier. How much angrier is a person when they are honking on their horn? Did they go any faster? No. You won't get there quicker. You'll get there sicker. One of the sayings Rebbetzin Schwartz says, you know, Abraham Avinu, our forefather, teaches us an exceptional lesson in life. One of the lessons that he teaches us is when he was at the prime of his life, when he was famous, when everybody listened to every word he said. You know, when he spoke, everybody listened. He was popular. He was admired. He was at the prime of his life. He was wealthy. And Hashem told him at that point, Lech Lecha. But wait, he was with his family. He was with his biological parents. He was with his family. All these people listened to every word he said. Hashem said, Lech Lecha, go. Why? Don't get comfortable in this world. Don't get comfortable. Don't think you're it. Don't think your job is done, because your goal in life is to work. As long as you're alive, you need to work. Work hard. Give of yourself. What else can you do? Not to get comfortable. Not to think that the hard work is finished. He told him to go to start a new life. Not because he was upset at him. He wasn't proud of him. No, but he's like, let's go. Let's influence more people. Let's see what else you can do with your life, with your talents, with your wealth. So I want to wrap it up and tell you that living a dangerous life is a life that most people are living if they're not constantly learning Torah, they're not constantly introspecting on their lives, on what is really important. And the dangerous ways of living is making their life goal to be successful, to be wealthy, to be well-traveled, to be thin, and to have fun. These are dangerous ways of living. So we want to make sure that we're introspecting and we're living our lives meaningfully and in a complete way. And I'm going to leave you with a practical tip with the affirmation. Hashem, enable me to turn now into forever and turn nothing into everything. Leah Abramov, Being and Becoming. Awakening awareness of your greatness and potential.